I'm someone who has dealt with physical abuse basically my entire life. And it wasn't until, especially in romantic relationships, but it started when I was a kid. I used to get my tail beat. I'm talking about beatings to the point where sometimes I would get stumped out. And my then, I don't know how old my daughter was at that time. Maybe like, let's see, how old is she now? She was like 7 or 8. And my then partner at the time, we got into a disagreement. And the disagreement led to him locking me in the room. And after that, what I remember is just like protecting myself, just balling up and protecting myself. I remember being thrown into the wall and the wall like having this giant hole in it. I remember just like me, like just protecting myself because I'm thinking like I gotta protect my face, I gotta protect my head. Like that's what I was thinking. And I had this mirror beside the bathroom door, beside the entrance to the bathroom in my bedroom. And I remember running into the bathroom and trying to lock myself in the bathroom, and him coming into the bathroom and him breaking the mirror. And it was like one of those mirrors that's like one of the cheap mirrors from Walmart that's like tall and about this wide. But I remember him, it was small enough to pick up. You know, you could see yourself a little in the mirror. But yeah, I remember him picking the mirror up and breaking the mirror over my body. The person that went into that room was not the same person that came out of that room. I feel like when I walked out of that room, I was a totally different person. I feel like I died and came back to life. And I remember the only reason he stopped, I feel like, was because when he broke the mirror after slamming it against my body, the mirror broke and it was glass everywhere and the glass cut him. And in the process of all that, my daughter who was then like around 7 or 8 at the time, I remember her, she was like 7. I remember her banging on the door trying to get in and you know, screaming. And I honestly, I don't even remember if I told her to go and get help. And I remember after I came out of my bedroom, after I finally got out of my bedroom, my daughter was already out of the house. She was across at the neighbor's house. And I had no shirt on, just some pants and like and a bra. And I remember being so terrified and so scared that I left my kids. My daughter, she got out because she went and got help from the neighbor. But I remember being so terrified that I left my 2 boys in the room. I was so scared to go into the room to get them because I was like, if I go back in, if I try to go and get my kids, he's gonna get me again. He's gonna get a hold to me again. And so I ran out the door. And I left my kids. And I remember telling my brother's friend at that time, he's like, what do you need? I'm like, please go in the house and get my kids. I need my kids. Please go get my kids. Because I was scared that he was going to do something to my kids. I didn't know. Like, my mind, it was a lot going on. And I just remember telling him, like, please go get my kids. And he went inside the house and he got my kids. And after that day, I knew that I had to do something different. I knew that I could not continue to walk in the same pattern, doing the same things, making the same decisions when it came to myself and the men that I was choosing.